up almost another 5-second count. Bulldogs defense has been good, and they got another steal. That's Majors. Majors puts up the layup, won't go in. Maybe a little bit of a mind slip for him, and now you're going to get a turnover on the other end by Amelia Wilson. Just walked with the basketball. Ball gets inbounded to the Bulldogs. 2:43 remaining in this first quarter. L.C.A. up 14-3. Been all Bulldogs early. Nice entry pass inside. Majors to Farrow. Not the first time that combo's hooked up, Oscar.
No, and I've got Majors has got about 4 assists so far.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of them. That basket was good by Farrow inside. Just an easy layup. Give Majors a lot of credit to find him. Amelia trying to run some offense. Double screen out there on the perimeter. Now they're getting it to the basket. Shot goes up. No good. Rebounded by Farrow. They get it ahead to Tillis. Tillis bounce pass to the new man. That's Holdren. That's no good, but it's followed up by Tillis on the rebound. And Amelia stretching this, L.C.A. stretching the lead out some more. Foul on the other end. It's going to send the Raiders to the free throw line. L.C.A. leading 18-3 early in this one. Coach Jeff Platt for the Bulldogs has to be pleased.
Well, and you have to give L.C.A.'s defense credit. They're really collapsing on the ball, making it just impossible for Amelia to get up a decent shot.
Yeah. Amelia will inbound under their own basket. They said that foul was on the floor. That's Bradley. Long pass up high received by Dontre Willis. Willis now going to attack the basket with the dribble. Cut off by a host of L.C.A. defenders. Shot went up, but it was no good. Rebound came down to number 23, Richardson. He's fouled after getting the rebound.
And that should be his second.
Yeah, it is number 2 on Dontre Willis.
18-3. L.C.A. ahead of Amelia comfortably at this point in the first quarter with under 2 minutes to go.
Holdren, left wing. He's going to get it back on the cut. Goes up. It's blocked. Great defense that time by Amelia. It was Bradley on the block. Raiders other way. Lost the handle momentarily and got it back. That's Richard Perry. Perry swings it along middle of the court to Willis. Willis now three-pointer. That's Delaney on the three-pointer. That one's no good. Rebounded by Farrow from the Bulldogs. L.C.A. going the other way quickly again. Clinton had it in the corner. Thought about a three. Thought better of it. Passes it up to Jared Jauch, who's in the game now. Jauch, left-hand dribble, driving. Now he'll give it up to Clinton. And a good ball movement here from L.C.A. this possession. Jauch just going to hand this one off to Clinton. Clinton then hands it off to Farrow.
Nice battle underneath.
Absolutely. That's Holdren going at it with Bradley from Amelia. Holdren trying to get some room on that low post. Now they'll come out and set a screen for Richardson. Richardson now to Jauch. A lot of ball movement again, as we already said. L.C.A. taking good care of the basketball, and everybody's getting their hands on it. Jauch cut off on the drive. He might have walked. Now gives it up to Richardson. Richardson misses the layup. Ball's loose. Comes down to Amelia. Good defensive stand there by Amelia to hold their ground, not give up a point. We're under 30 seconds now. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Amelia.
And LCA's had at least 3 possessions where they've gotten to the rim with layups that you would think would have gone in, haven't been able to make them go in. So
yeah, early in the game I said they were converting everything, but you're right. 3 here recently within the past 2 minutes or so haven't gone in that should have gone in. Here's a turnover again by Amelia. LCA lost it momentarily. Amelia got in there and won it back. That was Willis on the ground, tied up with Richardson. Jump ball possession arrow favors LCA. So essentially it's the same thing. It's a turnover. 16.7 seconds left in the quarter.
And you got to think LCA will hold it for one.
You would have to imagine, especially where they held it on the last one. Having a hard time getting an inbounds here, though, early, and they throw it deep. It wasn't intended to go to Holdren, but he picked it up anyway. And Coach Jeff Platt wants to call a timeout to talk about the last 15 seconds of the first quarter. LCA up big early in this one, 18-3. Quick timeout on 105.5 KD Country.
Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your current one, you can be confident you've got the home loan that's right for you when you choose West Star Mortgage. Call Joe, your local West Star representative, at 525-0200 to find out how he'll create an optimal loan program to meet your needs. Joe will help you take advantage of the historically low interest rates that can save you thousands. Visit them online at weststarmortgage.com or call 525-0200 or visit them in person on Tradewind Drive in Windhurst, Lynchburg. West Star Mortgage, a proud supporter of L.C.A. basketball.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Back here from Alta Vista, L.C.A. basketball. They lead 18-3, under 10 seconds now. Majors back in the ball game. He'll go right-hand dribble, headed to the basket. He got fouled before he could get real close, Oscar. Maybe not the worst foul in the world. When Majors heads to that basket, he heads there quickly. You got to stop him, and then more often than not, he finds somebody else open underneath the basket. Foul was on Delaney. L.C.A. inbound with 5.7 seconds. You get it to Majors. Majors going to work off of a screen, driving to the basket. Now passes to Richardson. 3-ball up, and it's good as the buzzer sounds. Wow. Well done by L.C.A. to finish the first quarter. That brings a nice applause from Coach Jeff Platt and the rest of the bench. And that brings a close to an L.C.A. first quarter. Bulldogs lead 21-3, second quarter, when we come back on 105.5 KD Country.
Virginia Metal Fab is your one-stop source for all types of metal fabrication, from a prototype to large orders. Residential, commercial, and industrial, Virginia Metal Fab will do it all. For all your automotive and agricultural products, too. Don't forget, Virginia Metal Fab. Check out vametalfab.com to learn more. Welding and power coating, too. The Virginia Metal Fab, online at vametalfab.com.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Second quarter about to begin from Alta Vista High School. L.C.A. leading 21-3. Oscar, we got your birthday present. Unfortunately, it's Bob Alvis. He's here.
Oh, my gosh. Gee, thanks.
I know.
L.C.A. pretty balanced scoring. You had Major with 3, Richardson with 3, Farrow with 7, and Tillis with 8. So nice balanced scoring, and Major had probably 5 assists.
Yeah.
And then Delaney had all 3 points for Amelia.
Yeah, I was going to say 4 or 5 assists. You're along there with you for Majors. I mean, he is one of the better players we've seen this year, that's for sure. And Amelia got a little bit of a head start on the second quarter. The time in between the quarters hadn't quite run down yet. So now we're set to go. They'll inbound it again. And utter confusion between Bob Alvis and Kenny Hunt over there. But
well, things were nice and quiet till Alvis got in the booth.
I know. We were having a good time. It was like the old football days again. And then Bob had to show up. But anyway, he'll be along for the second game tonight. Missed shot by Amelia. Rebound comes down to the Bulldogs. Yalk driving to the basket, gets fouled. Shot wouldn't go in, but he'll head to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Yalk's just a sophomore. This L.C.A. team, Oscar, I count 3 seniors. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 juniors. There's actually 4 seniors, 5 juniors, 3 sophomores. I think you keep track of all that.
And, of course, Majors and Richardson are both seniors.
Yeah, those are 2 of the big weapons for L.C.A. 21-3, Bulldogs lead. First free throw from Yalk on the way, no good. Actually, it was his second free throw. Missed them both. Shows how much attention I'm paying, and I apologize for that. Here comes Amelia the other way. Johnson tried to pass it in there, and it was stolen away by guess who? Josh Majors. Majors driving, dishes it. It finds the hands of Clinton down there in the corner. Clinton will get it to Tillis. Now Majors has it back again. Yalk going to go left-hand baseline dribble. Great ball movement again. Tillis fakes the shot, goes up, left-handed layup. That one won't go in. Rebound comes down to Bradley for Amelia.
Tillis has got a little bit of a Tony Kukoc kind of European look to him.
Absolutely. He's got he gets that layup, gets the ball up high very quickly, gets the arms extended. Jumper no good from Amelia. Great rebound again. Tillis right there. for L.C.A. Here comes Majors. Gets it to Yawk. Three-pointer on the way. Count that one. It's good. From that right wing, I think L.C.A.'s made all three of their three-pointers from over there on that far right side. And that one converted by Yawk. 6:37 remaining in the half. Subway halftime show on the way. Maybe we'll get Bob in here for a little bit of that. Jumper, no good by Amelia. Rebound comes down to L.C.A. again. I mean, L.C.A. is just all over the glass tonight.
Well, they are, and Amelia's just not being very patient. They're not getting off any quality shots.
Yawk lost it momentarily, got it back to Majors. Majors has got very good handles. He can dribble the basketball and he can pass it as well. Tillis, left wing, looking inside for somebody to pass to. Now Clinton will drive. He kicks it back out to Tillis. Three-pointer from Tillis. That's good. I mean, L.C.A. really just not doing anything wrong, Oscar. They're rebounding. They're making their threes. They're passing. They're playing defense. I don't know what else you could ask for.
And with just under 6 minutes, it's 27-3. Getting out of hand quickly.
Absolutely. Sounds like a football score. L.C.A. won a bunch of football games this year, too. Majors going the other way. Drops it off for Tillis. Tillis left hand, no good. Got his own board. Second one's no good. Got his own rebound again. Third one up. It was no good, but he's fouled. You give a guy three chances like that, eventually he's going to find a way to get to the free throw line.
Well, that's right, and I think L.C.A. just made the first mistake of the ball game. I think if Tillis doesn't do that power dribble and goes right back up, I think he probably knocks it down.
Yep. First free throw on the way from Tillis. Left-hander converts that one. That's the second foul on Marcus Johnson for Amelia. He'll check out. Into the game comes number 42.
Armand Booker.
That's what I was going to say. Second one up and good from Tillis. Converts them both, and he'll check out to a nice applause. A.J. Richardson back in the game for L.C.A. On the court right now for the Bulldogs. Number 2, Zach Clinton. Number 5, Joshua Majors. Number 23, A.J. Richardson. Number 15, Jared Yawk. And looks like Spencer Schock over there in the far corner. Good defense again. Full court pressure by L.C.A. Amelia's able to break the timeline. That's Perry bringing it up. Right-hand dribble. He's calling out a play. He'll use a screen momentarily. Now not driving to the basket. Now he goes with the left hand. Gets it to Booker, who just checked in. Booker thought about a shot. Passes it up. And Amelia's going to lose it again. Great defense. The takeaway was Clinton. And here come the Bulldogs going the other way. Jump shot goes up. Jump shot goes in for Richardson. 15-footer knocks it down. 31-3.
And of course, if Richardson's name sounds familiar, he was at Amherst last year.
Yeah, very good player. And he's playing defense right now on the basketball, making it tough on Amelia. Get it inside to Booker. Booker puts up the set shot. That won't go in. And there's a foul on the rebound, or maybe it was on the shot itself.
With Amelia getting here late, we didn't get the full roster with classes and what year they're in, but they look young.
They do look young. I would agree wholeheartedly with that. And we already mentioned that L.C.A.'s got their fair share of veterans. Free throw up by number 33. That's Devontae Royal, and it was no good. .440 remaining in this basketball game. In this half. 31-3 is our score. Second one on the way from Amelia. That one's no good. Loose ball. Let's see who the officials give this one to. They're going to say it stays with Amelia. A bunch of people had their hands on that.
Of course, L.C.A. staying in this man-to-man, even on the out-of-bounds play.
And it's been pretty doggone effective. Booker can't get it in. Bradley can't get it in. So he'll just throw it off Schock, the defender. Now Booker to inbound again. This time he's able to find a man open. That's Perry. And Perry will set up the offense from the perimeter. So Orlando Barker, he's driving to the basket, and it just gets stripped. Yawk takes it away. That brings a nice applause from the bench. Everybody on the bench was up on that one. More great defense. Amelia going to commit a foul on Farrow. Farrow was basically just mugged trying to shoot the jumper. And that foul's on Bradley.
Boy, and Richardson just was all over the offensive player down here, not from a fouling perspective, just in his pocket, in his chest. Great defense.
Yeah, fantastic defense from L.C.A. First free throw, no good from Farrow. Farrow is one of those juniors that we mentioned. There's 5 of them, 4 seniors, 2 sophomores. I sort of butchered that before. Second one on the way from Farrow from the free throw stripe. That one's good. That makes it a 32-3 lead for L.C.A. Did not misspeak. 32-3 is the lead. Amelia had the 1 field goal, Oscar, in the first quarter, and the 1 free throw, and that was it. They still haven't scored in the second quarter.
That's, with a little bit over 4 minutes to play, no offensive production out of Amelia.
Yeah. We've seen our share of defensive efforts in this building. But this, if they can keep this up, this would rank right up there in the all-time. Shot no good from the Raiders is rebounded by number 4, Andrew Pollard for L.C.A. L.C.A.'s been great on the glass. They get it inside to Holdren. Holdren's fouled. Let's see if this is on the floor or in the act of shooting. Shot was no good.
And we've seen Amelia on the offensive end. A lot of times they're getting up in the air, can't decide whether to pass or shoot, and they're ending up having to shoot, and it just is not working out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. You're right. It's like they pick up the dribble, they get their feet off the ground, and they don't know when they're going up whether they're going to shoot or pass, and generally not the kind of indecision you want. First free throw is good by Holdren. They said it was on the floor, but it was a 1-and-1 situation because Amelia's committed 18 fouls. Second one on the way from Holdren. That's good. He's a 6'4 junior. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line on that trip right there. 3:45 till the Subway halftime show. 34-3 is the lead for L.C.A. right now. Amelia basketball. Bradley's going to set a screen. They kick it over to Barker. Barker's three-pointer, no good. Offensive board by Delaney, and then he lost it. Takeaway by Yawk, and here comes Yawk on the other end for the Bulldogs. Kicks it out. Pollard thought about a 3. Now he drives and dishes it off inside to Farrow. What a great unselfish play to give it up. Farrow converting the layup.
They remind you a little bit of Butler. They share the ball.
Yeah.
Their spacing's good. That was a classic. He was in the paint and had a 10-footer, but he gave it up for the layup. So.
Yeah. That's a really great comparison. They don't have, necessarily a superstar, but they share the basketball. And they play the heck out of some defense. Free throw no good by Delaney for Amelia. Second one on the way. This one's up, and this one is good off back iron, then spun back in. First points of the quarter for the Raiders. That makes it 36-4. Good defense this time by Amelia. Delaney was in on it, but he couldn't quite convert the steal as he kicked it away into the stands. Basketball stays with L.C.A. Just over 3 minutes to play in the first half. Yawk going to run the point guard for L.C.A. Just hands it off to Richardson. Richardson cross-court pass. Now they got it on the left wing to Farrow. Now inside, back to Richardson. Geez, the ball movement is incredible. It was in the hands momentarily of Farrow, and then Farrow just shoveled it sort of underhanded down low to Richardson.
And again, he had a 12-footer and gave it up for another layup.
Yep. It was really a semi-no-look, too. He saw him out of the corner of his eye. Three-pointer on the way from Delaney. No good. Rebounded by Farrow for L.C.A. Really great team basketball. And a lot like the way Alta Vista plays, but a little bit different with this L.C.A. team. Backdoor cut, get it inside to Richardson. Richardson fouled, and he converts the shot. Another great pass to find him on the backdoor cut, and then Richardson fouled in the act. Shot goes in. He'll go to the free throw line for an extra.
I was worried there for a minute. I thought Holdren was actually the ball was in the cylinder. Holdren went up and he was going to put it through, but he pulled his hand back at the last minute.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times this year. Free throw up and good by Richardson. So they extend the lead even more. 41-4 is the lead now for L.C.A. Substitutions in now on the court for the Bulldogs. Andrew Pollard, Josh Majors, B.J. Farrow, Cameron Holdren, And the last guy, I believe, is A.J. Richardson.
They are still playing that dogged defense.
They really are. They're not going to pull that off anytime. Rebound comes down to Amelia. They couldn't get the second chance point, though. They missed the jump shot, and then they got the board. Foul after the fact here on the rebound. Richardson. They called it a jump ball, huh, Oscar?
Yeah, called it a held ball. Alternating
right.
possession gives it to L.C.A.
We're going to get Bob and Kenny and Dean Hubbard some hot tea so they can sing that happy birthday to you here at halftime. Although for Bob Alvis, it's going to take more than that, especially with his throat problems. Lob pass there has to get saved by Pollard. Majors was thinking about the alley-oop again, but his man just wasn't there. Pollard tried to go in and save it inbounds, but it goes as a turnover back to Amelia.
You know, the second game is Altavista and Nottoway. Wouldn't you? I mean, and we won't see Altavista and L.C.A. today or tomorrow, but wouldn't it be fun to see Majors and Thornhill go at it?
Absolutely. That would be a great matchup because, again, two teams that really play team basketball and get after you defensively. Talk about a low-scoring affair. That one could be like 25-24 or something. Charge taken here by L.C.A. Farrow steps in and gets his feet set. This will give the basketball back to the Bulldogs. Let's see who the foul is on. Foul is on Richard Perry, who is driving to the basket. His first. Minute and a half remains in this one till halftime. Here comes Richardson going up, switches to the left hand, gets it to go. The defense from Amelia that time wasn't bad. Richardson just went over to the left hand, kind of like the Jordan move, and got the layup that way. 43-4. The Bulldog lead, and they've almost got another turnover. They do. Taken away. Farrow lobs it ahead to Majors. Majors lobs it back. Wow, they can't get the dunk, but the rebound comes back down to Majors anyway. He'll drive to the basket, gives it up to Richardson. Richardson scores that time. It's really looking too easy for L.C.A. right now, Oscar.
Yeah, it really is, and you're going to like this comparison, but Majors looks like Ty Lawson.
Oh, man, you love these comparisons. Another jump ball here on the missed shot by Amelia. I'll make a comparison. If it was boxing, Amelia's corner would throw in the towel. 45-4, L.C.A. leads right now. It's not that Amelia's not playing hard. L.C.A. is just that daggone good in this first half. They almost have another turnover. Perry's able to keep it with Amelia. Nice play by him to tiptoe the sideline and keep it in bounds. 26 seconds now. Maybe Amelia holds for one shot. Perry drives, kicks it in the corner. Three ball on the way from Amelia, and it's good. First field goal of the half. First field goal of the quarter, excuse me. And it's converted by
DeAndre Johnson with the three.
DeAndre Johnson.
That breaks the seal for Delaney's points.
Oh, was Delaney the only one that had scored for Amelia?
Yeah, he had all four until then. And really, that's the first really good-looking shot that they've got off a play. Penetration, and he kicked it out.
Yeah, agreed. They drove in, and then the three-pointer. Johnson had a lot of room in that corner to shoot. And that makes it 25-7. Another lob pass by Majors couldn't be converted. Goes out of bounds. We're under 10 seconds now. Delaney driving and lost it. Majors got the steal. Bounce pass ahead to Clinton. Another bounce pass to Richardson. He is mugged trying to go for the layup. Could maybe even make a case that that was an intentional foul, but they'll just say it's a regular one. We'll go to the free throw line with 1.7 seconds left in the half. Yeah, second one on Perry for Amelia. As Bob Alvis peers down to get a better look. Two free throws on the way from L.C.A. First one's up and good by Richardson.
Big quarter for Richardson. That's his 12th point of the quarter.
Yeah, impressive stuff. Second one on the way. That one bounces around, no good. Rebound comes down to Delaney. Baseball pass towards the basket. Wasn't a bad effort as the buzzer sounds, but it is no good. And we'll head to the locker room. Score right now, L.C.A. 46, Amelia 7. Subway halftime show on the way after this timeout on 105.5 KD Country.
Liberty Christian Academy, supporting parents' responsibility to nurture and train their children. Want to become an L.C.A. Bulldog? Kindergarten Roundup is January 17th at 6:30 p.m. The 2013-2014 new family enrollment opens February 11th. Learn more at LCABulldogs.com. Liberty Christian Academy, educating for eternity. For future school events, be sure to visit them at LCABulldogs.com. Liberty Christian Academy in Lynchburg.
Virginia Metal Fab is your one-stop source for all types of metal fabrication, from a prototype to large orders. Residential, commercial, and industrial, Virginia Metal Fab will do it all. For all your automotive and agricultural products, too. Don't forget, Virginia Metal Fab. Check out VAMetalFab.com to learn more. Welding and powder coating, too. The Virginia Metal Fab, online at VAMetalFab.com.
Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your current one, you can be confident you've got the home loan that's right for you when you choose West Star Mortgage. Call Joe, your local West Star representative, at 525-0200 to find out how he'll create an optimal loan program to meet your needs. Joe will help you take advantage of the historically low interest rates that can save you thousands. Visit them online at weststarmortgage.com or call 525-0200 or visit them in person on Tradewind Drive in Windhurst, Lynchburg. West Star Mortgage, a proud supporter of L.C.A. basketball.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Back here from Alta Vista High School, L.C.A. in charge, 46-7. We're having a good time. It's Oscar's birthday. Bob Alvis is roaming around somewhere behind us. I think the only people that aren't having a good time are the Amelia basketball team, Oscar.
Well, it did not start off well and went downhill quickly. They were late getting here, didn't get to full warm-up, had trouble getting the roster together, and that was the highlight of the day. Once the tip-off went, it was atrocious. LCA's defense smothering. Amelia just cannot get anything started on the offensive end.
Yeah, I think, we're talking about the struggles Amelia has had, but we've really got to say that it's due in large part to the L.C.A. defense and the things they've done. Bulldog offense has been very good too. I mean, the way they share the basketball, they use the bounce pass, they use the lob pass, the alley-oop pass. They really they do it all, and L.C.A. has been on the glass as well. I mean, this is really a dominating effort so far in this one by the Bulldogs, Oscar. Well,
we've seen some impressive plays. Majors looks good. Richardson looks good. Really impressed with Tillis. This is a good basketball team.
Yeah, very, very good basketball team. We'll take another timeout. It is the Subway halftime show. We'll take a quick timeout here and step aside and come back. Get some thoughts from Oscar on his birthday, and we may even get some Bob Alvis thoughts as well. Timeout here. L.C.A. 46-7 halftime lead on 105.5 KD Country.
Liberty Christian Academy, supporting parents' responsibility to nurture and train their children. Want to become an L.C.A. Bulldog? Kindergarten Roundup is January 17th at 6:30 p.m. The 2013-2014 new family enrollment opens February 11th. Learn more at LCABulldogs.com. Liberty Christian Academy, educating for eternity. For future school events, be sure to visit them at LCABulldogs.com. Liberty Christian Academy in Lynchburg.
Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your current one, you can be confident you've got the home loan that's right for you when you choose West Star Mortgage. Call Joe, your local West Star representative, at 525-0200 to find out how he'll create an optimal loan program to meet your needs. Joe will help you take advantage of the historically low interest rates that can save you thousands. Visit them online at weststarmortgage.com or call 525-0200 or visit them in person on Tradewind Drive in Windhurst, Lynchburg. West Star Mortgage, a proud supporter of L.C.A. basketball.
Virginia Metal Fab is your one-stop source for all types of metal fabrication, from a prototype to large orders. Residential, commercial, and industrial, Virginia Metal Fab will do it all. For all your automotive and agricultural products, too. Don't forget, Virginia Metal Fab. Check out VAMetalFab.com to learn more. Welding and powder coating, too. The Virginia Metal Fab, online at VAMetalFab.com.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Back here at Subway halftime show, L.C.A. and Amelia. L.C.A. 46-7. No, I'm not Kyle Hoehne, thankfully. Bob Alvis here with you, and joined by Oscar Briggs. It is Oscar's birthday. Oscar, I would not miss the birthday bash.
I appreciate that.
Oldest living person in Alta Vista. I was definitely going to be here for it.
That's right.
A centurion. Anyway, Oscar, what have you seen out here tonight aside from good LCA defense?
Well, again, I think, Amelia really got off to such a scrambled start. And LCA's defense is just smothered.
When you get off to a bad start in the defense, you would expect the defense to at least let up on you a little bit, but I think they've actually started playing harder.
Well, they have, and LCA sub kids in, and we've talked about this before. When those kids play hard in practice and they get in the game and get the opportunity, you can't expect them to back down.
And, Kyle and I know the superintendent at Liberty Christian Academy, Mr. John Patterson. His thing was always, I'm going to have 2 spots on the starting 5 for my 2 best defensive players. Obviously, he either told Jeff Platt to employ that strategy, or Coach Platt also believes in really good defense, because LCA has just been smothering them. Amelia, on the other hand, keep in mind, this team went to the state final last year in Division I, and graduation hit them very, very hard, as I think you can see. And, I think a rebuilding project, a lot of people just think, oh, you only lost 7 or 8 kids, but you got other kids. It's tough when those kids didn't see the floor maybe as much last year and we're playing, I always say it's a big difference in the 6 o'clock game as opposed to the 7:30. Doesn't make a lot of sense since this is at 6, but, that JV game to varsity is a lot different for some of these guys, too. Well,
that's right, and it is early in the season, and, I don't know how many games Amelia's played.
Not a lot. Not a lot.
And we see some potential there, but again, they're young.
Well, and this is the second year that this has been called the Jeff Koch Memorial, but it was the Alta Vista Christmas Tournament. Oscar, I don't know about you, but I don't see a lot of Christmas tournament banners hanging from the rafters. People normally don't celebrate a good Christmas tournament win. They do celebrate get better during Christmas, though, so you can maybe hoist the James River District banner.
Well, that's right, and this is a little bit of a round-robin format. Not really a champion.
Right.
So it's Mike said it, but Coach Carlero set it up to get some experience and see some teams that we don't ordinarily see.
And everybody wants the experience. It's not just for Alta Vista to gain experience, but Amelia, L.C.A. and Nottoway all want the experience as well. Amelia and Nottoway both in the James River, but Amelia has got some work to do in the second half. If you're L.C.A. in the second half, you look at the board and say, guys, we're up 39. What do you say at halftime?
Well, and I was going to ask that question to Mr. Hoehne earlier. Exactly what
he won't have a good answer, so I'll let you answer it.
What do you tell him? Keep doing what you're doing and don't let up.
And the one thing I noticed too with Jeff Platt there is that when L.C.A. tried that alley-oop that failed, just in terms of communication, he didn't look happy. So I don't think he's a let's get up by 30 and fool around type guy.
No, and Majors did that 2 or 3 times in the last 3 minutes and wasn't successful on any of the 3. And the third one, you're right, it drew a response from Coach Pale. He wasn't very pleased with the decision that Majors had made.
Take a quick timeout, bring it back to Kyle and you for the second half right here on 105.5 KD Country.
Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your current one, you can be confident you've got the home loan that's right for you when you choose West Star Mortgage. Call Joe, your local West Star representative, at 525-0200 to find out how he'll create an optimal loan program to meet your needs. Joe will help you take advantage of the historically low interest rates that can save you thousands. Visit them online at weststarmortgage.com or call 525-0200 or visit them in person on Tradewind Drive in Windhurst, Lynchburg. West Star Mortgage, a proud supporter of L.C.A. basketball.
Liberty Christian Academy, supporting parents' responsibility to nurture and train their children. Want to become an L.C.A. Bulldog? Kindergarten Roundup is January 17th at 6:30 p.m. The 2013-2014 new family enrollment opens February 11th. Learn more at lcabulldogs.com. Liberty Christian Academy, educating for eternity. For future school events, be sure to visit them at lcabulldogs.com. Liberty Christian Academy in Lynchburg.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
50 years of outstanding high school sports coverage here on 105.5 KD Country. I'm Kyle Hoehne. With me is Oscar Briggs. Bob just wanted to step in and try the voice out there for a little bit. He's been battling illness, Oscar, I think, as you know, and he's trying to get back to his former self, but it's a struggle.
Well, I'm glad I got on the mic before he did so I don't get contaminated. Real quick for L.C.A., Majors with 3, Richardson with 15, Farrah with 10, Tillis with 13, Holdren with 2, Jacques with 3. And then for Amelia, you had DeAndre Johnson with the 3-pointer and Delaney with 4 for their 7 points.
Yeah, stats don't take long for Amelia. They scored 1 field goal in each quarter. And Delaney had a free throw there in the first quarter. That's it. 7 points for the Raiders, 46 for the Bulldogs. L.C.A. starts with the basketball here in the second half. Majors down in the corner to Clinton, then back to Majors, then to Richardson. Again, the ball movement has been great for L.C.A. all game. Get it inside. Great pass from Majors. Shots up and good by Tillis. Tillis was waiting there on that low block, and Majors found him.
And Tillis kept the ball up, didn't bring it down. Very fundamentally sound, this L.C.A. team is.
Yeah, definitely. And they're going to get a defensive backcourt. No, Richardson decides to take it away instead. Lay up there by Richardson. The guard was Barker for Amelia. He knew it was going to be backcourt. He should have just touched it and taken the backcourt. Instead, Richardson just swiped it out from under him and got the 2 points that way. 50 now for L.C.A., 7 for Amelia. Raiders get it inside, lost the ball momentarily. They tried to save it. Steal by Tillis after the batted ball. Now Majors has it. Right-hand dribble, hands it off to Richardson, now to Clinton. And Richardson lost it on the bounce pass right there, just couldn't hold on to it.
And other than the alley-oops, that's probably about the 5th turnover. Including the alley-oops, that's only about the 5th turnover for L.C.A. They've done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they really have. They've had their fair share of chances, that's for sure, based on their great defense and the rebounding as well. Bradley had it, then he gave it up momentarily to Barker. Barker driving, jump shot, no good. Rebound comes down to L.C.A. Majors gets it ahead to Clinton. Clinton, tough layup, couldn't finish it, might have got fouled. Richardson got the rebound, that's no good. Then Bradley got it back. He'll throw his pass away. Strange basketball now as both teams just kind of throwing it up for grabs. L.C.A.'s got it back. Majors on the steal. Thought about driving in. Now he swings it back out. Richardson's about 25 feet away to get it inside to Farrow. Then he drops it off to Tillis, and Tillis will finish it off. Jordan Tillis, the junior. Great pass from Farrow. And it's 52-7 L.C.A.
And haven't seen many baskets from L.C.A. where there really wasn't an assist.
Right. Yeah, it's... Again, they share the basketball. It really is team basketball, and you're right. When they do drive to the basket, normally they end up dropping it off to somebody else. Missed shot there by the Raiders. Rebound comes down to Richardson. Richardson left hand. He's getting guarded tightly. Finally, he'll have to give it up. He lost it momentarily, but he's fouled. So the basketball will go back to L.C.A. on the foul.
Call that foul on Orlando Baker and give Baker an A for the effort on that. He was all over.
Inbound to Richardson, Majors. He drops it off on the lob pass to Tillis, and Tillis finishes it off. Not an alley-oop, but Majors had to just sort of float it over the top of a defender. Tillis caught it, stuck in the layup. Another pass that ends up as an assist for Majors. Three-pointer no good for Amelia, rebounded by Tillis. Here comes Majors again. Gets it into the paint, hands it off to Farrow. Farrow's fouled. Shot wouldn't go in. Farrow will go to the line. Shoot a pair.
You know, Tillis is just a junior. Listed at 6'2", but his length is, I would say he's closer to, plays 6'3", almost 6'4".
Yeah, he's got long arms, and he's definitely very good inside. Like you said on that one, he didn't put the basketball down and dribble it. He held it up high, finished his shot that way. Foul was on number 23, Dontre Wilson for Amelia. First free throw was good. Second free throw is good by B.J. Farrow, and Farrow will check out, take a much-needed break. 56-7. L.C.A. leads. And they're threatening to make it a 50-point lead, Oscar.
And 56-7 is a football score.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. L.C.A. tight man-to-man defense again. Amelia's going to try and run a set play here. Wilson driving, now three-pointer up by Barker. No good, off sideline. Rebound still loose. Amelia had a crack at it, and they're going to foul A.J. Richardson as he collected the rebound and was sort of dragged out of bounds by Orlando Barker.
Yeah, nice hustle by Barker trying to get to the follow his shot and get to the ball, but he was a little bit late. And kind of held.
Yeah, I think he was trying to grab onto the basketball. He just ended up grabbing onto Richardson's arm and just dragging him out of bounds. Three-pointer is good by Zach Clinton. It doesn't take L.C.A. long, Oscar.
And again, just great ball movement.
Yep. 4 minutes and 15 seconds remain. 59-7 is the lead. It is a 52-point lead for L.C.A. We got a long ways to go. We're in the third quarter. Three-pointer, no good by Amelia. Rebound comes down to Richardson. He gets bumped a little bit, but gets out of traffic. He'll start the fast break himself. Nice pass to Tillis. Tillis converts it. Great two-man game right there, and a great job by Richardson to find Tillis on the fast break.
They just, again, continue to have great vision, make good passes.
Yep. Jumper up for Amelia. Count that one, and he's fouled. Who was it? Was it Barker, number 34?
It was 34.
So Barker gets the first field goal for Amelia this quarter. Gives them 9 points, and he'll head to the free throw line to try and make it an old-school three-point play.
And Tillis comes out for L.C.A. getting a well-deserved break.
Absolutely. Free throw, no good. Rebounds loose, comes down to Amelia. Then they lost it. Going to get a foul. I believe this is going to be on Devontae Royal, number 33 for Amelia.
They're going to call that on L.C.A., I think.
They are going to call it on L.C.A. Amelia wants a timeout. We'll take it with them. 30-second break. 3:41 remains in the third quarter. L.C.A.'s up 63-9 on 105.5 KD Country.
Liberty Christian Academy, supporting parents' responsibility to nurture and train their children. Want to become an L.C.A. Bulldog? Kindergarten Roundup is January 17th at 6:30 p.m. The 2013-2014 new family enrollment opens February 11th. Learn more at lcabulldogs.com. Liberty Christian Academy, educating for eternity. For future school events, be sure to visit them at lcabulldogs.com. Liberty Christian Academy in Lynchburg.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Basketball is going to stay with Amelia after the foul. We didn't see who the foul was on, but it was on somebody from L.C.A.
It looked like it was on Richardson.
Maybe so. Bradley's going to inbound, gets it inside to Perry. Outside, left-handed corner. Perry will dribble it out to the perimeter. And now they hand it off to Barker. Barker scored those last 2 points, missed the free throw. But Amelia got an offensive rebound. They try and get it inside, and they lose it. L.C.A.'s got a steal. Yawk had it, and then he lost it. And Yawk will end up fouling Royal. Royal's going to go to the free throw line. If he can sink one or two of these, Oscar, then Amelia would have their first bona fide run of the game on their hands.
That would get them in double digits with just under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Third foul on Yawk for L.C.A. Second one as a team this half. First free throw up and good by Royal. So Amelia does have a little three-point run going here. They have 10 now, 61-10. They trail in this one. Second one up and good, too, by Royal. Two good-looking free throws there from him. And now the score is 61-11. L.C.A. still firmly in command here. Yawk has the basketball for them on the offensive side. 2-3 zone from Amelia. Richardson holds it over his head. Yawk, couple dribbles, thought about penetration or a shot. Now he'll give it up to Richardson. He's looking inside to get it to Yawk at the foul line. He'll just kick it back out to Richardson. Left wing it goes. Now it's back up top of the key to Richardson. Three-pointer on the way from him is good. Count that one. Again, the ball movement was solid. Richardson had plenty of room, and he knocks down the three.
That's 20 for Richardson tonight so far.
We've still got a ways to go. 2:45 remains in the third quarter. 64-11 lead for L.C.A. Amelia loses the basketball momentarily, and they end up going back court. Good defense again. Dontre Wilson lost the handle, caused the back court.
And L.C.A.'s done a good job substituting here in the third quarter. They're getting a lot of different players in. They're just deep.
Yes, they are very deep. All the guys they've gone to on the bench seem like they've scored and done some damage. Sam Isaacson in the game now for the Bulldogs. There's Yawk faking the three, hands it off to Clinton. Bounce pass back to Yawk. Yawk looking inside. They're looking for Isaacson down low. Three-pointer on the way from Clinton is good. Man, it seems like when L.C.A. has pulled the trigger from three, Oscar, they have not missed from three. I know they've probably missed one or two in there from high in the arc somewhere, but not many.
Well, they've been able to penetrate that zone and kick it out and get some wide open looks.
Yep, long three ball there from Amelia is no good. Long rebound comes down to York. York looking to go quickly. Now he slows it up. Clinton again thinking about a three. Down low on the baseline to Hoehne. We saw Hoehne do some great things in the first half, but he turns it over right there. Nice defense from the Raiders. Richard Perry has it for them. Now he gets it over to Wilson. Wilson to Bradley. And then they lose the handle and the ball goes out of bounds for Amelia. Amelia was a state runner-up last year, Oscar. You and Bob and I talked about that a little bit at halftime. They lost a lot of guys.
Yeah, they had to be devastated by graduation. And, because you get that far, state runner-up, and then to come out and be blown out 67-11, that's got to hurt.
Yeah, a lot of factors involved in this one. We already talked about they got here late. A little bit out of sorts when they did get here. And it's a long bus ride, too. It's hard to play well when you have a 2-3 hour bus ride. York fakes the three, passes it to Clinton. Clinton going to dribble it back out, give it over to York. Pollard thought about a three. He'll one-hand pass it to York. York, couple dribbles, ball fake. Same thing by Clinton over there on the left wing. It's really been those three guys out along the perimeter. Clinton lost it. He tried to get it back. Four guys on the ground diving after the loose ball, and it'll go as a jump ball, although Bradley comes out of there with it for Amelia. Now 4 or 5 man substitution for the Raiders. Still get some fresh faces in.
Yeah, we're seeing Delaney back in. First time we've seen Taylor Sale tonight, although he started, but we haven't seen him in. He came out quickly.
Yeah. Sale has his hands on it. He's got the neon green headband, and it's stolen away by York, who has no headband but playing great defense. Tried to bounce pass to the head on the fast break. His pass was not completed, and it goes out of bounds back to Amelia.
Yeah, that was a tough pass.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's the only criticism you could have of L.C.A. is since they've gotten up big, they've maybe tried some passes here or there that some tight windows, I guess they would say, in an NFL game.
30 seconds left in the third quarter, 67-11.
Delaney's shot no good. L.C.A. does lead 67-11 as I cut Oscar off there. Not good form, especially on a man's birthday. Down to 17 seconds now. Let's see if L.C.A. elects to hold for one shot. York using the dribble to get himself some space against this 2-3 zone. Now he'll get it to Clinton. Clinton to Pollard. Pollard looks in. Calmly, they're down to 5 seconds, and Pollard threw it away. Amelia's got it. Let's see if they can get a shot up. Down to 1 second. They cannot get the shot up before the buzzer, so that'll end the third quarter. Still all Bulldogs. They lead 67-11. Fourth quarter on the way on 105.5 KD Country.
Virginia Metal Fab is your one-stop source for all types of metal fabrication, from a prototype to large orders. Residential, commercial, and industrial, Virginia Metal Fab will do it all. For all your automotive and agricultural products, too. Don't forget, Virginia Metal Fab. Check out vametalfab.com to learn more. Welding and power coating, too. The Virginia Metal Fab, online at vametalfab.com.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Alta Vista and Nottoway will tip it off about 20-25 minutes after the completion of this one, Oscar. I don't know if we should call it the Subway pregame or postgame show. But either way, Colonels are still undefeated in their season, and I think they should have a good test on their hands tonight against Nottoway.
Yeah, we would hope so. I don't know if I could take another one of these.
We would hope so. And you've seen, I believe, as many Alta Vista games as I have. You've been impressed with the Colonels so far in this season, right?
Yeah, a little bit different format for them. Coach Cardellaro is a little bit more of an up-tempo. They still will settle back into that ball control offense, but not quite as deliberate as he has been in the past. It seems to be working well for him this year. Yeah,
and, all that great talent that we got to see on the football field this year, you and I, not all of them, but a lot of them, are out on the hardwood as well, and that talent, translates across sports. Thornhill and the Johnson brothers and Malback and that kind of stuff. So it's a fun team to watch.
Yeah, and I think you'll see that, to me, the Johnson brothers. Go ahead.
Isaacson scores a bucket there out of the timeout.
And
Go ahead.
To me, the Johnson brothers look like they're a little bit stronger, a little bit quicker. And you got to attribute that to the weight room and the conditioning.
Yeah, I would agree wholeheartedly. Isaacson's early bucket there in the fourth quarter brought a nice cheer from the bench for L.C.A. That's the other thing about L.C.A., Oscar. They get in there and they pull for each other. I mean, those guys on the bench, they recognize great plays when they see them. They're not afraid to get up and cheer. They get it inside to Isaacson again. He scores and he's fouled. Bench pumped up again. Nice pass from Pollard, the lob pass over the top of the defense, and Isaacson converts it.
Well, and Isaacson's a sophomore, listed at 6'5".
Yep.
He's a big boy.
Yep, he is a big boy. He looked good on the free throw line right there as he makes the three-point play. He's looked good inside finishing the basketball, too. He's got himself 5 points very quickly. Long three ball on the way from Amelia. That one's no good. That's the other thing. I mean, Amelia has tried some really long three-pointers here. I mean, like well beyond NBA range. And maybe part of it is they know they're not going to be able to come back, so, hey, have fun with it. Probably can't blame them there. 72-11 is the L.C.A. lead right now. Bulldogs with the basketball again. Isaacson out along the perimeter, gets it to York. Isaacson will screen for York. They tried the little pick-and-roll play. They elected to kick it back out. This is Clinton. Clinton driving. He'll put up a jump shot. 15-footer's no good. Rebound comes down to the Bulldogs. The Raiders, I'm sorry. Amelia looks to push the tempo. Now they'll try a three-pointer. Sail for three. That one's good. The yellow headband and the yellow shoes knocking it down from the left-hand corner. 72-14 now. 6:15 remains in this one. Alta Vista not away. We'll follow this in the nightcap of the Jeff Cope Memorial Tournament.
Well, that pick and roll was there for them with Isaacson anytime they want it.
Yeah, they like that. That's a good play. Old school basketball. They're going to drive to the basket. Clinton couldn't convert it. He thought he was fouled. That's Pollard. Pollard will try a jumper now, and he'll get that one to go. Long two-pointer, had his feet on the line. But a nice jump shot nonetheless.
All these kids can shoot from L.C.A.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fundamental type of team. Got a steal right here. Good defense from L.C.A. again. York running the fast break, fakes it, puts it up, the layup himself. Might have used an extra half a step there as well. But, hey, in this one, like I said, let's have fun with it.
Yeah, we talked about the possibility of a running clock.
2 more points for York. Three-pointer no good from Amelia. And unfortunately, Amelia's offense really has just been reduced to shooting threes. But you never know. Maybe you get hot, make 3 or 4 of them in a row, and sort of make a run. 76-14 is the L.C.A. lead right now.
First time we've seen for L.C.A. Medbando.
He's a sophomore as well. And he will get fouled trying to drive to the basket.
This is a relatively young team, juniors and sophomores, with the exception of majors for L.C.A. So
yeah,
they're going to cause problems for people.
Yeah, and it's nice to have a game like this where you don't have to have your point guard majors out there a lot, so some of these young guys can play against some competition and get ready for what it's going to be like next year. That Bondo left-hand dribble, he'll pass it up. Gets it to number 32, Colton Pendleton in the long sleeves. Now they get it to Pollard. That's no good. Rebound comes down to Amelia. Nice board right there from Joe Patterson for the Raiders. Haven't seen him much, but a good rebound there. Delaney driving. He'll get fouled. Shot's no good. This will send the Raiders back to the free throw line. See who the foul is on for L.C.A. And it's on Madbundo. I hope we're pronouncing that right, Oscar. We'll find out. We'll get Bob Alvis on the case. He's down there hobnobbing right now.
Well, it's spelled M-A-D-B-O-N-D-O. It's got to be Madbondo.
Yeah. I think we're close anyway. Both free throws no good by Amelia, but they do get the rebound. Now they lost it. York has the turnover for L.C.A. Running the fast break again. Gets it to Mike Madbondo, and he's fouled hard. Ball never got even close to the basket because he was fouled so hard, but he'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair.
Yeah, Amelia's, they're competing.
They are.
They're just outmanned. And then, Not from a lack of effort.
Right, that is a good point that we should make, is Amelia is still playing hard in this one. They've played a lot of different players, and they are certainly putting forth the effort that you would need to win a basketball game. They're just so overmatched by this good L.C.A. team. Not only has this L.C.A. team got talent, they've got the fundamentals, and they play defense as well. When you match those three things up, it's going to win a lot of basketball games. Oscar's getting choked up. Maybe Bob already got him sick. We thought it would take more than one game to germinate in his lungs there or whatever, but Oscar's got the Bob Alvis cough. Both free throws no good by Medbondo, so he couldn't convert. Amelia comes down the other way after the rebound. Scoop up and under layup by Marcus Johnson. Johnson's fouled. He'll head to the free throw line. And Bob will, well, of course, Bob's got the interview with Coach Mike Cardellaro, head coach of the Colonels. We're also going to have Coach Jeff Platt from L.C.A. on at some point before next game or maybe halftime of that Alta Vista game, Oscar. So that'll be fun as well. We'll have to find out what he does to get these guys to play such fundamental basketball. Free throw good from Marcus Johnson for Amelia.
And I'll be listening. I brought my radio and headphones so I can listen to you guys
right.
and make sure you're not bad-mouthing me like you did last time.
I like that. Yeah, last time we saw Oscar, he had a T-shirt, shorts, and a sandal. Three-pointer up from Delaney is good off the missed free throw. So Amelia, again, still playing hard. They knock in the three-pointer there. 76-18 is the score now. Yeah, Friday when we had all that wind coming into town, Oscar was rolling around for the Randolph-Henry Alta Vista game in sandals and shorts. We had to mention that. Tonight he's a little bit more appropriately dressed. Still not going to get Oscar to put on a jacket even on his birthday. Maybe if we got you one for your birthday, then you'd have to wear it because then it would be like you didn't like the gift. L.C.A. going to the basket again to get it inside to Isaacson. Isaacson puts it up. He's fouled. Had a man draped over his arm the whole time. Give him credit just for getting the shot up.
Got him on the low block, and he was trying to turn, and he was just out-muscled. But, again, Isaacson's got some good moves down in the blocks.
Yeah, he kind of looks like just your typical big guy with some size. Could be an offensive lineman. He's got some moves down there, and a nice touch from the free throw line as well as he knocks that one down. Great form from that stripe. Again, it gets back to the fundamentals of L.C.A.
That's his 6th point of the quarter.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to rack up points for a guy with those kind of skills. Second one up and good. Really never a doubt either. I mean,
no.
It's not like it bounced off the iron or anything. It was just dead in there. 78-18 is the lead right now. Running jumper from Marcus Johnson is good. So Amelia's starting to pick up the pace of their scoring, and maybe it's not to the liking of Coach Jeff Platt and L.C.A. He'll take a timeout, discuss the defense maybe. 3:34 remaining in this contest. L.C.A. up big on 105.5 KD Country.
Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your current one, you can be confident you've got the home loan that's right for you when you choose West Star Mortgage. Call Joe, your local West Star representative, at 525-0200 to find out how he'll create an optimal loan program to meet your needs. Joe will help you take advantage of the historically low interest rates that can save you thousands. Visit them online at weststarmortgage.com or call 525-0200 or visit them in person on Tradewind Drive in Windhurst, Lynchburg. West Star Mortgage, a proud supporter of L.C.A. basketball.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
L.C.A. going to face some full court man-to-man pressure out of the timeout there. Yawk has it. Under 3.5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Subway pregame show for Alta Vista on the way after this one. Oscar and I will be around. Then Bob's got an interview with Coach Mike Cardellaro. And then before you know it, it'll be time for some Colonel hoops. Tough defense here by Amelia. You got to give the Raiders some credit, though. Still playing hard. They've gone to man-to-man now. They're not making it easy on L.C.A.
No, and you know, Sale's giving them a boost defensively. Gotten into some passing lanes, knocked some balls out of the way.
Yeah, you know, maybe hindsight's 50-50 in my case, but maybe if Amelia had gone to the man-to-man a little bit earlier, maybe that would have changed things. I don't know. L.C.A. is pretty darn good. They lead 78-20 in this one. Amelia maybe could have had 6 guys out there playing defense, and it wouldn't have helped them. Yawk got it dead in front of the basket, thought about a three-pointer, passes up, gets it to Medbondo.
We hadn't seen Major since early in the third quarter.
Yeah.
This quarter's 11-9 L.C.A. So Amelia's hung in there on this quarter.
They have, and maybe that's what Jeff Platt, he might have gave that very fact during the timeout there that he took. But L.C.A.'s controlling the basketball here on offense. York works off a couple screens. Nice bounce pass inside. Count the bucket as Pendleton scores and is knocked down hard. I mean, York got real low to the ground, threw the one-hop bounce pass to Pendleton. Pendleton had to get low to receive it, and then he scored the basket.
And it was a difficult angle, too.
Yeah.
Pendleton was able to pick the ball up low and get it up quickly.
And it was off that pick and roll again that we've seen a lot in this fourth quarter. Very fundamental performance tonight from L.C.A. Free throw no good, but Madbando's got the rebound. He'll bounce pass it back out to Pollard. L.C.A. is going to set up an offensive play.
2:15, Kyle.
Madbando going to the basket on the baseline. He moves quick. Couldn't finish it, though. Rebound still loose. York had the rebound. He gets fouled. And Amelia is over the limit in foul, so L.C.A. is in the bonus. York will go to the free throw line. Shooting one.
York's the line, shooting one.
And the foul was Owen's fourth. Amelia has committed their fair share of fouls. Next one would put L.C.A. in a double bonus. First one up. First one no good. Rebound's loose. Let's see who it's off of. It's off of L.C.A. Basketball will go to Amelia on the missed free throw. Ball inbounded very quickly. 2 minutes remaining in this basketball game between L.C.A. and Amelia. Not away in Alta Vista. On the way after this one. Three-pointers. Actually, it's a long two by Bradley's. No good. Rebounded by Isaacson. He tiptoed the sideline. Had to save it into York. And York will bring it up slowly now, just crossing the timeline for L.C.A. 80-20. Bulldogs lead. 60-point lead. Not many times in basketball can you say that. Not many times in any sport can you say that, really.
Carolina, Indiana.
I was going to ask you how North Carolina was doing this year, but you told me not to bring it up.
Yeah.
It's a long season. You got a long way to go. Madbando has it corner. Thought about a really long two. He'll use a dribble instead to get it to Pollard. Pollard, one-hand pass over to York. York's going to dribble and drive. He's got Madbando down low. Score that one for Mike Madbando. That score comes at 120.
And that's his first bucket of the night, again off another assist.
I want to say everybody on the roster has scored for L.C.A. Could be wrong. Very long three for the Raiders is no good. Air ball. I mean, some of these threes Amelia is trying, Oscar, are like 5, 6, 7 feet behind the NBA line.
Yeah.
Which makes them about 10 feet behind the high school line.
And the only player I've got that hadn't scored for L.C.A. is Schock.
Oh, yeah, Spencer Schock. Not in the ball game right now, but he was in the game earlier, played well. Couple screens along the perimeter here for Pollard. He's dribbling, trying to find some room. Defensive pressure by Amelia is good. Again, you can't really fault their effort. They've played hard. York using his body to shield the basketball away from a defender. Now dribbling away from the basket. He's bumped by Bradley. That foul will go against number 5, Bradley, for Amelia. Levante Bradley. This will send York back to the free throw line.
Yeah, and you know, and to credit L.C.A., they're trying to run some clock here.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think anybody, you know, it's fun to win games and it's fun to blow people out, but then when it gets to this point, you start to feel, I don't know if bad is the word. Free throw no good by York, but you don't want to embarrass anybody is, I guess, what I'm getting at. I know that's not Jeff Platt's intention. So maybe L.C.A. is trying to run off a little bit of clock. Second free throw was good by York. 1 of 2 for him. That trip to the line. We're under 30 seconds to play. 83-20 is the lead. Maybe Amelia holds for one, tries to score a late bucket here for some momentum. Stolen away by York. York's just going to cradle it under his arm. 19 seconds. He's got to break the timeline at least. He does. Now he gets it to Madbando. Madbando not looking in any particular hurry to try and score. Under 10 seconds now. York passes it over to Pollard. Pollard's going to try and run out the clock, but it's stolen by Amelia. Here comes Perry. Perry will put up a jumper. 1 second left. It's no good. Buzzer sounds. That'll end the basketball game. L.C.A. Bulldogs. Big winner in this one. 83-20. Timeout. Then we're back with the Subway pregame show for Alta Vista Nottoway. L.C.A. 83-20, a victory on 105.5 KD Country.
Liberty Christian Academy, supporting parents' responsibility to nurture and train their children. Want to become an L.C.A. Bulldog? Kindergarten Roundup is January 17th at 6:30 p.m. The 2013-2014 new family enrollment opens February 11th. Learn more at LCABulldogs.com. Liberty Christian Academy, educating for eternity. For future school events, be sure to visit them at LCABulldogs.com. Liberty Christian Academy in Lynchburg.
Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your current one, you can be confident you've got the home loan that's right for you when you choose West Star Mortgage. Call Joe, your local West Star representative, at 525-0200 to find out how he'll create an optimal loan program to meet your needs. Joe will help you take advantage of the historically low interest rates that could save you thousands. Visit them online at weststarmortgage.com or call 525-0200. Or visit them in person on Tradewind Drive in Windhurst, Lynchburg. West Star Mortgage, a proud supporter of L.C.A. basketball.
Virginia Metal Fab is your one-stop source for all types of metal fabrication, from a prototype to large orders. Residential, commercial, and industrial, Virginia Metal Fab will do it all. For all your automotive and agricultural products, too. Don't forget, Virginia Metal Fab. Check out VAMetalFab.com to learn more. Welding and power coating, too. The Virginia Metal Fab, online at VAMetalFab.com.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show, postgame show, whatever you want to call it, Oscar. We're here. L.C.A. 83-20. A winner tonight over Amelia. Nottoway in Alta Vista. On the way here in just a moment. A little bit of a pregame show, but let's thank the people that brought the L.C.A. game to us here tonight. West Star Mortgage. Call Joe at 525-0200 to take advantage of historically low interest rates. Liberty Christian Academy. Kindergarten Roundup is January 17th. Re-enrollment January 28th through February 8th. LCABulldogs.com. And Virginia Metal Fab. All types of metal fabrication, industrial, commercial, residential, agricultural, and even automotive. Powder coating, too, online at VAMetalFab.com. It is the Subway pregame show. You can still get those $2 6-inch cold cut or meatball subs for Customer Appreciation Month, Oscar. And it's your birthday. Robert would probably even give you one for free. Western Egg and Cheese is Sub of the Month. Subway, eat fresh. And now, both teams are out on the court for this one. You want to do some post-game stats for the last one, maybe?
Yeah, just some quick scoring. Josh Majors with 3, Richardson with 20, B.J. Farrow with 20, Tellis with 21, Zach Clinton with 6, Pollard with 2, Pendleton with 2, Hoehne with 2, Jock with 6, Isaacson, big fourth quarter, had 7, and then Matt Bondo had 2, total of 83 points. And for Amelia, Orlando Baker had 2, Johnson had 3, Devontae Royal had 2, DeAndre Johnson had 3, Delaney had 7, and Patterson had 3. Again, 83-20.
Exciting stuff. Go ahead. Players of the game. Let's do players of the game. Bob Alvis would probably get on us if we didn't. I'll go first for Amelia. I'm going to have to say it was probably Malik Delaney. Led them in scoring. He was a nice presence on defense, too.
Yeah, in a game with the way this thing turned out, I have to agree. It has to be Delaney.
Yeah, on the other side for L.C.A., a lot of guys you could pick from there. I'm going to go with Joshua Majors, the point guard for the Bulldogs, because he was impressive there. Didn't play any in the fourth quarter. They didn't really need him, but he's got great ball handling skills, and he's a great passer of the basketball as well.
Yeah, and I think he set the tone early with the distribution and set the pace, but I'm going to go with Tillis. I was very impressed with his board work with his cuts to the basket. His basketball IQ is very high. Got a very European look to him, so that's my pick.
Absolutely, a good pick. You mentioned the board work. Somebody else that's impressive with the board work, Eleanor Hoehne back at the studio, our producer, making us sound good, and that's not always easy, especially when Bob's on. I can say that because he left the room. Oh, man, that was funny. Oscar, happy birthday to you. I don't know if Coach Cartolero wishes you happy birthday in the interview with Bob Alvis or not, but I'll wish it to you for him.
I appreciate that.
Maybe this game will be a little bit more what you're used to as far as a close game goes, although I'm sure Colonel fans are pulling for a blowout in this one.
Well, the good news is I'm not trapped in the booth, and I'll be listening to you guys down on the sideline. If the game gets out a little hand, I'll slide home and watch a little college football.
Yes, it is bowl season. That's always got some good stuff going on, but I like the fact you bring the headphones to the game now. We saw Robert Duff do that during football season, and that's a good way to do it. Anyway, let's get back on task here. Bob Alvis interviewed the head coach of the Alta Vista Colonels, Mike Cartolero. You'll hear that and much more on the Subway pregame show after this timeout. Alta Vista versus Nottoway on the way on 105.5 KD Country.
Don't you think it's time that your business account made you money? I'm Marion Marshall with First National Bank, and we've introduced a small business interest checking account that earns your business interest. That's right, interest. So for a progressive small business checking account, come to First National Bank today. We'll show how your business account will earn interest, and we'll provide you with an extraordinary customer experience. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Good news from Alta Vista area Apple Markets. Check out these new in-store specials. 99 cents for any coffee or cappuccino. Trade winds and sweet leaf teas 2 for $1.50. And a 24-pack of Coke only $5.99. Or grab the 4-piece chicken tenders, fries, and garlic toast for just $4.99 at Riverside or Main Street Apple Market locations. At Gateway, get half a pizza and a medium drink only $5.99. Visit the Apple Market convenience stores soon for these great deals.
Hey, this is Ed Ponex, and you are listening to Alta Vista Basketball on 105.5 KD Country.
Always fun to be joined by Mike Cartolero. He is the head coach of the Alta Vista Colonels here on the Subway pregame show. And, Coach, the Christmas tournament begins, and it will begin with Nottoway. But before we talk about Nottoway, let's go back and review Randolph Henry. I thought the Statesmen played very, very hard.